This series contains adult language and descriptions of graphic violence. Listener discretion is advised. Hi guys, this is going to be brief, but I just had therapy and I'm feeling better. uh, I'm feeling more clear-headed. My therapist is fantastic, and I have been trying to sit down and record the very excellent true crime episode that I have for you for the past 2.5 days. And every time I sit down, I just start and then I feel like I sound like, monotone and emotionless and uninterested because that's kind of how I feel right now. And that is a disservice to you guys as people who are taking the time to listen to this podcast and want true crime. And it's completely unfair to the people I'm telling the story about, to the victims and their family and friends, for me to do it if I'm not going to do it 100% and do it justice. And that may sound like a bunch of lip service or bullshit, but that's just how I feel about it. I don't want my current personal shit to infringe on my ability to tell a very tragic story, that is somebody else's personal stuff that they have gone through. I hate to say stuff. And so I just haven't done it. And that's that. And I don't I don't really know what I recorded on Tuesday. I mean, I do. I know that I told you what's going on and I put that out there. I've had some very lovely responses. All the responses have been lovely and kind. Not everyone has agreed with me or my choice, which is completely understandable. Excuse me, I have to cough. Hang on, guys. So, really, I just wanted to jump on and say thank you for letting me be so honest the other day, and everyone who has written or commented has been incredibly respectful and kind. And I really appreciate that. So thank you. And it would be okay if people wrote in and weren't respectful and kind. That's kind of the chance I'm taking by putting out a bunch of personal crap out in the world. Uh, but it is nice to know that you guys are so kind. And and that's really all I wanted to say. I am currently waiting for my pills to be delivered to my house. I didn't even know that was an option. I don't know if I talked about that the other day on here. But if there's, I'm going to put a link in the show notes. I know I often say that and then I forget to do that. We know it's not menopause now, don't we? That's causing me to be forgetful. But I'm going to put a link in there just in case. I had no idea that it was possible to order the abortion pill online. I had no idea that, and there are other pills and medications, women's health medications that it's possible to get online and I had no idea. And I feel like that should be more well known to people. And to those of you who did write in and maybe aren't in agreement with my decision, I appreciate your point of view. I respect it entirely. I never would expect anybody to feel the same way as me or agree with me. And I appreciate that while sharing your point of view, you were not cruel or, hurtful or anything like that. You were very respectful. So thank you again. And that's it. I guess that's it. I guess I could have just put this on social media, couldn't I have? But I really did. I feel guilty when I don't put out true crime because I am really I do want to give you what you want. And that is the point of this podcast. And plenty of people have things happen in their life and they don't let it impact their work or their podcast or whatever. I'm not great at compartmentalizing or separating things. So I end up inevitably pouring part of my personal shit into this podcast that has nothing to do with my personal shit. So thank you for putting up with that. And yeah, it doesn't feel right to do this episode on this woman that I have to do an episode on while I'm not really in it. I was hoping it would be a distraction and take my mind off things, but my mind is very determined to stay on all the negative crap happening in my life right now. And I don't mean that it's happening to me. I have had control over some of these things, and I don't want to like sound like a poor me victim here. Oh, I'm talking myself in circles, aren't I? Really, guys, I just wanted to get on and say thank you for your support. Thank you for if you listened to the episode, if you didn't, if you saw it. I just I appreciate your willingness to let me share and not judge me. It would be great if we could all do that for each other more in the world. But that sounds like wishful thinking. You want to know something else that really annoys me right now? This is how petty I am and like I can't I'm trying to not. So I just had a really long, not a really long, I had a normal session with my therapist. And I got on and I said I was going to cancel today because I have nothing to talk about. I can't think about anything except for the fact that I'm pregnant, and I don't want to talk about it. Like I can't talk about anything else, and I don't want to talk about this anymore. And then I proceeded to talk about it for an hour, which you're all probably very familiar with me at this point. I'll say I'm not going to talk about something, and then I'll talk about it for a very long time. It's a really annoying trait. um, but I thought I didn't want to talk about it anymore because A, I'm crying every other minute. I don't know how people be pregnant for 9 months. I would like to applaud and like honor every single woman out there who has been pregnant and carried a child. I cannot imagine because I this is I'm 1 second into it and I do not like it. I I already do not have great control over my emotions. I'm not good at self-regulation, emotional regulation, any of it. In my 40s, I have not mastered that. And I feel like I should, but I haven't. Constantly working on it. And now it feels like something else, because something else has hijacked my emotions. So now I really don't have control over them. And that is awful. And it has only been a couple of weeks, and I've only known about it for a couple of days. So before I knew about it, I just thought, like, well, my period's coming or menopause is coming. And this is what's happening. And this is lovely. Love it. Sarcastic, obviously. And now I realize that that's not true. And I cannot understand how you go 9 months feeling this way. And I realize that it's different for everybody. So maybe not everybody deals with like kind of emotional turmoil is how I feel. Also, I'm not. This is not an exciting, joyous occasion, which for many people I'd imagine it is. And they're picking out baby announcements and nursery colors and things like that, which clearly I'm not. So I do recognize that. Nonetheless, if the rest of pregnancy is even remotely how, I mean, I've cried 6 times today, and not just, not for any particular reason necessarily. On normal days when I'm not pregnant, it's like one time a day. I'm just kidding. um, Sorry, I was looking at my phone if you're listening and not watching. I'm going to get to what really annoys me. But I do actually want to very clearly say that I have the utmost respect for every single woman who has been pregnant and survived that. I mean, it feels like, and I know, and some women love it. From what I've heard, like really love being pregnant. It really agrees with them. I think already I can tell I would not be one of those women. I think I would be a nightmare. So I'm doing a favor to Mark and myself and everyone else in my life by not staying pregnant, I think. Uh, I don't mean to, I make light of things, even uncomfortable things. And I realize that may be very off-putting for some people who are maybe not in a place to joke about this situation or how I'm handling it because you don't agree with me, and that's okay. Uh, but a lot of respect I mean, if as if I didn't already have respect for women and everything that we go through. Every man is like clicking off, like fuck this podcast. But just after the past few days of feeling how I'm feeling, the utmost respect. We were in the grocery store last night. Mark came over last night. We were in the grocery store in the produce section, and like we got there, I was like, we were gonna make I was gonna have a turkey wrap, and he was making himself macaroni and cheese and chicken. Great. And we were in the produce aisle, like picking out what kind of salad we were gonna make. And I was so overcome with exhaustion that I've never felt before. And again, I, I've been pregnant for 5 seconds. So I kind of assumed like nothing happened at this point. No, that can't be true because I was ready to lay down under the avocados and take a nap in the grocery store yesterday. Really, like actually, I was like, we have to get out of here. I'm going to fall asleep. It's just, it is such a crazy thing that happens to women's bodies. It just blows my mind. And since this is not a like reproductive health podcast, I will change the topic and tell you like a pet peeve that I'm having at the moment because I can apparently only focus on like very mundane, silly, meaningless things right now until this is taken care of. I ordered something on Amazon and I paid the $2.99 to get it delivered today, a book, because I thought, great, I'll read. It'll take my mind off things. It was supposed to be here between 10 a.m. and 3. 3 has come and gone. I thought, okay, well, fine. It'll show up at some point today. No, now it's not going to be here until tomorrow. But I paid the $2.99 extra. Now, guys, I know $2.99, not that much money. I get it. But this has happened I'm going to say 10 times in the past 6 months where I've paid extra to get an item from Amazon early. Now, again, I realize this is a very first world problem. Like, oh, boo hoo. The book I ordered couldn't be delivered in like, top speeds to my house. Ugh, how dare they? I get it. I get it sounds ridiculous. However, if I'm going to pay the extra $2.99 as someone who is, pinching and counting every penny, it better be here. And if it's not, fine, but give me my $2.99 back. No, we don't do that. That's what they told me because that's how petty I was feeling. I got on, I like chatted with customer service and I was like, I paid $2.99 for it to be here today and it's not here. Well, can I have my $2.99 back? No, we'll have to refund the entire thing, cancel your order, refund the entire thing, and then reorder it. What? In all the like AI self-driving car world that we live in, you're unable to refund my shipping cost to me? Really? Really? Yeah, really. Apparently, that's what they've told me. That is fucking annoying. Little things like that, like, because Amazon doesn't need my $2.99, but I might. I might need that $2.99. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. I'm not turning this into a whole woe is me, let me complain full episode. It's just a solid 14 minutes of that. And I, I, I do have episodes. I have episodes written. I'm ready to record. I am asking for your patience. I need to get through these next 2 to 3 days uh, of all of this. And then, I asked ChatGPT, how long will it take these hormones, these pregnancy hormones, to clear out of my system? And she told me, I'm going to start calling ChatGPT she told me, 3 to 5 days. So hoping by Monday should be all good. And back to true crime. No, no, this is not, don't worry, don't worry. I'm not like reversing this into like a breakup, sad. I'm just going to talk about my personal things. That's all for Patreon. I don't know who wants to pay to hear me complain. That's actually not fair because the people on Patreon give me so much as well. And I want to start saying, I like want to start welcoming people who come to Patreon and try it out. And of course, I don't fucking have their names in front of me, but 2 or 3 people signed up for like the free trial. And I don't have like a welcome email that I send. You can like have Patreon automatically send people a welcome email, like, welcome, I'm so glad you're here. But it's pre-written and it's fake. And so I don't do that. So I figured I would maybe like welcome them on here. I feel like anybody who's coming to Patreon, I automatically like you because you're willing to listen to my personal nonsense that I put on there. And there are some other really cool people on there. So it's not just about me. Anyways, yes, we're not going to delve into I'm not going back to like putting out a personal episode every single week. Don't worry. It is going to stay true crime. This was an unexpected hiccup. I appreciate your patience and understanding. I know I said true crime is coming. I was planning on it. I had the best of intentions. My heart and my brain are not in it right now. And so I'm not doing it. But all goes according to plan next week, at least this hiccup in my life. Like I still don't really have my job or anything, but this hiccup will be, we'll be past this. And yeah. So again, thank you. You guys all are really wonderful, and I appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Father's Day to any fathers out there. This feels very weird for me to be talking about abortion and Father's Day in the same episode, but I'm going to do it and say that for all of you fathers out there, I hope you have a fantastic Father's Day. And I will talk to you guys next week. Okay. Love you. Goodbye.
Death by Southwest is hosted by Jenna Schneider and Margot Carmichael.
Executive produced by Margot Carmichael.
Produced by Jenna Schneider.
Audio editing and sound design by Margot Carmichael.
Music by Soundstripe.
And a special thanks to Edward R. Murrow for letting us borrow his famous sign-off phrase, good night and good luck.